Having high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and being pushed by doctors to take this pill and that pill for the rest of my life, and then going plant-based and losing 25, 30 kilograms, and changing my life to the better. It really opened my eyes to see that this is really the future of how I want to live my life. You know, the evidence is clear. The future is definitely plant-based. You have about a 90 to 96% decrease in water consumption. You eliminate completely the need to buy medicine and antibiotics, of which, by the way, 80% of antibiotics are used just for farm animals. It's ridiculous. I've got more clarity. Honestly, for me, I invest with a purpose. And I do think it has to do with my lifestyle. And your vibe attracts your tribe. So I was very lucky to grow up with a father like mine. Very affluent, and obviously a philanthropist, and clearly blessed with being one of the most successful businessmen in the world. So that really helped shape who I am in terms of working and striving to be the best at my passion and my field, and thankfully my passion and my field is not in finance or in investment banking, but it's in making the world better. In August 2017, I gave my dad How Not to Die. Thank you, Dr. Greger. After highlighting it and after reading it and reading it again and again and again, in December or January, actually February, he asked that Dr. Greger would come over to Saudi and meet my dad and have a one-on-one so he can ask questions and all that stuff. That happened, and I'm so proud and so happy to say that he's on a plant-based diet, and that changed his life, alhamdulillah. My mom, thankfully, she didn't need much convincing. She just saw the difference in my life, the energy that I have, as cliche as it sounds, the sparkle in my eye when it comes to investing in these companies and meeting people like Ethan Brown, meeting people like Dr. Uma, meeting people like Milo Runkel. It really shows in my spirit how much effect these guys had in my life. Being exposed to these amazing opportunities when it comes to companies like Geltor, Memphis Meats, Beyond Meat, Just. I get the opportunity to speak to my dad and explain to him what these companies do and why people like Bill Gates and Sir Richard Branson and other affluent investors have invested in. So it really helps me have a platform and have a reason to speak to my dad about investments. I'm not really interested in banking. I'm not really interested in investing in these types of opportunities. I'm really interested in things that will make an impact. My hope is that I can shift people's greed and have them be greedy in different ways. And that's the reality of it. I do not believe that people are inherently greedy. I don't believe they're inherently bad. But I do believe that the way people are growing up and the way kids are growing up and the way mothers, fathers, and generations of people and how they're growing up, they're affecting people's decisions on what is right and what is wrong. And I do not believe that animal suffering is part of that agenda. So I would like to shift people's greed from looking at animals as a cashier for them, or a commodity to them, and shifting that to science and saying you can remain with your greediness. You can be as greedy as you bloody want. You don't have to be the biggest factory farming company in the world to be rich. You can do that with other alternatives. Clean meat, licensing that technology. Hopefully companies like Memphis and Just and other companies license this technology to these companies so that they continue to provide people meat and continue to provide people what they want without involving animal suffering or involving our harm with harming the environment and harming other species and whatnot. When you have companies like Pinnacle, when you have companies like Tyson investing in companies like Memphis Meats and Beyond Meat, when you have people like Bill Gates or Richard Branson, Sir Richard Branson, investing in these companies, there's a clear future there, and the future isn't simply because it's good for the environment. The future is it's good for people's health. It's better for people's health, and it's 100 times better for animals welfare, because what we're doing is unspeakable, it's despicable, and it's ignorant, and it's arrogant. And I see a clear change. A change is going to happen very soon. I can see it. Again, you don't have to be a visionary. You don't have to see the future to pretend to see. You don't have to have a crystal ball to see this. It's a clear trend that's happening now, and I'm telling you, in the next, let's say, 5 to 7 years, the impact on the meat industry is going to be strong.